keep you updated. This channel is very busy, the Game Drive channel, as there's a lot of interest in this animal and there's a lot of people queuing up on standbys to view it. I just need to establish which is my best access, which hopefully this will work. But there is a lot of chatter going on my earpiece, so bear with me if I am not chatting too much. Well, would you believe it? This is the first cheetah that we've seen in many months of filming since the beginning of November last year. And that is why I was so excited. And this is a special moment. As you can see, she's got some blood on her mouth and she does have a kill at the base of her feet. She'll be very cautious now, as the vegetation she's in is very thick, and she'll therefore be concerned that hyena, lion or leopard, all of which would overpower her and potentially injure her, could be attracted to this position. I'm battling to see what it is that she's managed to kill, but it looks like it could be a duiker, which is a small antelope we get in this area.
Oh, there's always going to be a lot of grass. You just have to wait for him to sit up again.
And yes, having a look through my binoculars, just judging from the colour of that coat, it does look to be a duiker. And she's going to do her best to feed on this duiker as quickly as possible. As like I say, she knows that at any moment another predator could arrive on the scene and chase her away from it. Well, apologies, I know the angle isn't great, but it's very thick here, and we are not really in a position to re-maneuver the vehicle in order to get a clearer shot, so So just to reiterate how lucky we are this morning, it's been close on 5 months of filming, and we've been here day in and day out, and this is the first time we've been able to show you a cheetah, and they are really magical cats. Some differences you may notice between the cheetah and the leopard that you were looking at just earlier in Mvula is that the cheetah has solid black spots on its coat. It doesn't have a rosé like that of a leopard. And you can also see some black tear marks that run down her muzzle from her eyes. Those are also very characteristic features that differentiate the cheetah from the leopard. Now, I've heard that this is a female, and that does make sense judging from her body size. You'll also notice now that her head's up that she's got a much smaller head and less robust build than that of a leopard. So that's also something to help differentiate the two animals. We've just got a question through from Heart Giraffe on Twitter, and they're interested to know whether this is the only cheetah here. And yes, it is. Cheetah are most often solitary, unless this female had cubs that she was busy raising. The females will typically move alone, and occasionally, yes, you will have males that form coalitions, often brothers, that may form coalitions of up to 3 or 4 individuals. But typically, just like most cats, they are solitary.
The road from MKM South, you take the driveway, and there's a road approaching the estate instead of carry on to the estate along the driveway. Approach that.
Now, not only have we hit the jackpot with our first cheetah sighting in close on 5 months, but the quality of the sighting is great. The fact that we can see her busy feeding is really fortunate. For those who get you later, they may find her fast asleep, full-bellied, under a tree. But we are very fortunate with our timing and with the sighting that's unfolding right here in front of us. Station on first standby for the skunk on. If I could just spend another 5 minutes here, that would be great, and then you can make your way. Again now, she's taken some time off from feeding to make sure that nothing's approaching, and it's so important for her to remain alert and not forget that she's in a very dangerous situation here. And we can see by her body language that she certainly is intent. And again, the habitat that she's made this kill in is very thick, so not a very good environment for her in terms of safety. We've just got a question through from Renee on Twitter, and Renee is interested to know what this cheetah will do once she's finished this kill. And my guess is that she would move off, Renee, and possibly even head off in search of something to drink. But she would like to remove herself from this area where there will be the scent of the duiker, and that would obviously potentially attract predators later on, and she would rather be away from that action when it unfolds. So you may have heard my radio call, and I have called in the vehicle on first standby and just let them know that we're only going to spend a few more minutes here. And it is so important for us to all share this great sighting, just as the other vehicles that were here before us moved out relatively quickly so that we could get in and see this cheetah. And what my plan is, just to keep you all updated, is that I will extract myself from this sighting but stay in the area, and that way, once all the other game drive vehicles have gone, we can potentially return to the sighting. And that may mean that we would have to broadcast overtime, but on a special scenario like this, that would not be a problem in the slightest. So that is my plan, to make space and hopefully return here a little bit later. Just got a great question that's come through from Alice. Morning, Alice. And Alice is interested to know whether a cheetah could hoist this kill up a tree, just like a leopard would, in order to get it away from potential danger on the ground. And the answer to that is no, Alice. Cheetahs are not at all good climbers, and leopard are by far the best cats in this area for climbing, and the only ones that will typically hoist their kills. So sadly, the cheetah does not have that escape route as an option. Her best option would be using her incredible speed, and it is important to remember that they are the fastest mammals on Earth, and that trait would most times allow them to escape from any danger, their incredible speed. Well, I'm just going to give it another minute or so, and then I'm going to move out. And like I say, there is a plan in place to come here a little bit later, so that's the best option I think we have at the moment. And I hope you've all really enjoyed the sighting of a cat that we so seldom see. Copy that, Mickey. Perfect. Station on first standby. I will be making space for you now. I think it might have been Roy, but I'm not too sure. My radio is not working well, Andrew.
Oh, but Roy was just here now. He's left.
Oh, well, it'll be somebody. One last view of it while it's sitting up. And I fear it has got up because of our vehicle noise. It would muffle any approach of any other animals coming, so I'm going to continue going because our noise created by the vehicle would prevent her being able to hear any other animals accessing this area, and that would be why she did just poke her head up. Well, what an incredible sighting that was, and I know it was brief, but it is the way it is, and it is important, like I say, for us all to be very sharing in a situation like this, a situation that's very rare in the Sabi Sands, and all the guides are so excited to have this opportunity to share with their guests, and for even themselves. Guides spend months and months out here, day in and day out, and never get to see cheetah.